It's become part of the city's culture, identity, history. But this sport goes beyond the fortress. The Scarlet and Gray.
The UNLV men's hockey team has dominated.
Our boys in silver.
It's a great opportunity. It's a great challenge. It's the right time. It feels right.
The Monsters in the north.
The Golden Knights are beefing up their minor leagues with the Night Monsters. They begin playing this upcoming season.
And the next generation.
When we scored the overtime goal, it's like, really? That just happens?
The Vegas Junior Golden Knights girls made history by becoming the first female hockey team to represent the state.
They live at the rink. They love the game.
Vegas wanted hockey, Vegas got hockey.
Covering every local team on the ice. This is Hockey in the Desert Weekly.
Welcome inside another edition of Hockey in the Desert Weekly. I'm Vince Sapienza. The hockey season filled with ups and downs for the Golden Knights, mostly on the up, Silver Knights mostly on the down. But those roles have seemingly reversed a bit. But before we get too far ahead, let's fire home a snapshot of what is in store over the next 30 minutes. We'll look back at the week that was, give you some injury updates, including which Golden Knight has withdrawn from the Four Nations tournament and why. The organization says goodbye to their number one K9. We'll tell you what's next for Maverick. The Silver Knights have a giveaway that is a must for all medieval maniacs. We'll tell you what. Plus, as always, the Skating Rebels are in studio. We are chatting with Cole Wyatt.
You need big saves to pick you up. It's a game of mistakes. It's a game of mistakes. We're not going to be clean every night. And that's where you need to be bailed out sometimes. And that's the timing of it, too. We need better play out of the goaltending position right now. We can't expect to give up 4 and win. Well, we're not. We're not winning, right? We beat Minnesota. We scored 4, gave up 1. So we just need better there. We need to outplay their guy a little more often here, and hopefully that changes.
Following a shootout loss to the Blues earlier this week, Bruce Cassidy did not mince words when it came to his goaltending. In a 2-week stretch, Vegas has given up 4 or more goals in 4 of those 7 games. Now, before the Golden Knights and their goaltenders could respond, the team had placed both William Karlsson and Cole Schwindt on the injured reserve, both deemed week to week with lower body injuries. So, in their place, Brendan Brisson back in the lineup for the first time since October. Tanner Laczynski also called up from Henderson, but the heavy lifting started with the captain. 19 seconds in, Mark Stone, the steal, the scoop, and the score. Lucky number 13 as Stone strips Cam Fowler and beats Joel Hoffer. It's 1-0. Later, Vegas doubling down. Victor Olofsson finds himself all alone in the slot and absolutely unleashes a wicked wrister, his 11th of the year, and in the process becomes the first player in franchise history to reach a 10-game point streak on the road. And for the first time in 8 games, the Knights head into the first intermission with the lead. So we jump to the second. Vegas up a man and go up another goal. Pavel Dorofeyev nets his team leading 21st of the season. Good goal, but some even better passing between Eichel and Stone. 7th straight game for the Knights with a power play tally. Under 4 minutes to go. It's now a 1-goal game, but Vegas would put this one on ice. Tomas Hertl filling the empty net, and the Knights pick up their first road win in more than 2 weeks for a 2-year final.
Yeah, I thought we played well. We kind of continued to execute, got another goal. They made a play. It's going to happen in games, but I thought overall for the majority of the game, we kind of kept them to the outside. I think the shots, kind of indicated that. Did a good job of, kind of sticking to our game, sticking to our system. And
probably defensively, the way we kept them from getting scoring chances and kept the shots down, I think, was really good. Also, I think we did play better offensively today and had some more offensive zone time, and which led to a couple of goals. And it was a good game overall.
All right, let's hit the ice in Dallas tonight with an early power play and make the most of it. Jack Eichel, lucky number 13 of the season for him, puts the Roadies up 1-0. Vegas' 8th straight game with a power play goal. But right back come the Stars with their own man advantage. Rupe Hintz redirects this one up and over Aiden Hill. We are tied at 1. Jump to the second where the Stars start to take over. Jason Robertson picking up the rebound, putting it home, gives Dallas their first lead of the night. However, the Knights back on the man advantage and once again cashing in. Shea, it ain't so! Shea Theodore, his 6th of the year. We are tied at 2. However, with under 4 to go in the middle stanza, it's Dallas doing the Texas two-step. Jamie Benn redirecting the point shot for Matt Duchene there. And then just a few shifts later, Robertson with his second of the night. Vegas down 4-2 in the blink of an eye after 2. Final frame. The Roadies not going quietly into the night. Eichel crashing the crease, gets his second of the evening and makes it a 1-goal game yet again, but that is as close as this one would get. Jake Onger made some absolutely ridiculous saves, none bigger than this one on Dora Fayev. The Knights come up short, 4-3 your final.
We're finding ourselves in the losing column a little too much lately, and we don't want this to continue to go the way that it's going. Well, I mean, I think we've done enough talking about it, right? It's been a few weeks now that we've been struggling. It's just a commitment to competing and doing the right things and the will to win, and we know we have it in here. It's just about grasping it and doing it.
All right, let's head back to the Fortress where the Knights opened up a 3-game homestand with the Panthers in a 2023 Stanley Cup final rematch. Aiden Hill answering that call from his head coach, making a big save right here in the opening minute of the game. Take another look at this beauty on Sam Reinhart. Then just a few minutes later, it's Braden McNabb ripping a rocket from the blue line. Number 3 gets his 3rd of the year in Vegas. Take a 1-0 lead after 1. So jump to the second. Check out Nick Watt taking a hit to make a play. Drives the zone, stops, spins, lays it off to Tanner Pearson. Pinpoints this one far side. That's his 9th of the season. 2-0 after 2. Final frame. The Panthers claw back to make it 2-1. But back comes Jack, and oh my goodness, those filthy, silky, smooth mitts, backhand, forehand. Give that man a hand. His 15th makes it a 2-goal game. Once again, Hurdle does what he does best, late, filling that empty net. Hill finished with 32 saves. The Knights win 4-1.
I think just playing veteran hockey, I think a couple of games maybe slipped away from us, and we kind of we had to put our the foot down and really stop it. I guess it's been a struggle here lately, so we needed to be that team that can put the foot down and that knows how to win.
It's nice to get a big win here at home ice. A lot of our losses, I mean, they have been like 1-goal games, so it's a bounce here, play there. So yeah, it happens, right? So we want to kind of put that behind us and just carry this momentum into Tuesday against Dallas.
And we're about 2 weeks away from the start of the Four Nations Face-Off, a tournament featuring NHL players. However, Team Canada already dealing with some adversity after the Golden Knights announced that Alex Pietrangelo would be withdrawing from the event in order for him to, quote, tend to an ailment and prepare for the remainder of the regular season with Vegas. All right, 7+ seasons in, and the Medieval Maniacs have learned that teams change from year to year, players come and go, and the same is true for one former pup. The Yellow Labrador Retriever, known as Maverick, said his goodbyes to the Fortress this past week as he got the call-up for a much bigger cause. At just 9 weeks old, Maverick arrived in Vegas, wasting little time to hit the ice. He was an instant locker room leader and wasn't afraid to get in the ear of owner Bill Foley when necessary.
Oh, thank you, Maverick. Thank you.
Maverick made his debut at the Fortress January 18, 2024 against the New York Rangers, where he helped engineer a 5-1 victory. Over a span of 85 regular season games, Maverick owned a record of 49, 29, and 7. And according to staff, he's also the franchise leader in treats consumed and belly rubs.
It's been fun. It's been like almost an added addition to the team, and we've gotten to watch him grow, and we know he's going to be doing great things to come, and we'll follow him through that.
Maverick was co-raised by the Golden Knights and America's Vet Dogs, which is a national nonprofit that provides service dogs free of charge to veterans, active duty service members, and first responders. Over the last 12 months, he's been at games, practices, and other VGK events, exposing him to environments that molded him into the confident, calm canine he is now and the future service dog he will be.
It's so important with America Vet Dogs. They, want to make sure that they place dogs with those that need them, and it helps them thrive in life as well. The dog will be great, and it's nice to see a veteran or first responder be able to use the dog as well.
Maverick now heads to New York for the next 3 to 6 months, where his training will continue with America Vet Dogs as they begin to find the right fit, making sure his personality aligns with the person they're pairing him with.
We're very sad. We're going to miss him a lot. He spent a lot of time in the locker room. I know everyone has seen him down there after practices, but we know the next steps, and we know he's going to thrive because he's so socialized and he's such a lovable dog.
Now, Maverick's legacy will live on through the VGK 9 Club, an initiative created for fans who are united by their love of the Golden Knights and dogs. Fans who sign up Get exclusive content and 10% off select dog-related products at the Arsenal at City National Arena. And with the 2025 year underway, the NHL is celebrating the best of the past 25 years with the quarter-century teams for each of the league's 32 franchises. And the Arizona Coyotes, here is the first team for the Golden Knights. Jack Eichel, Mark Stone, William Karlsson, Alex Pietrangelo, Shea Theodore, and Aiden Hill. Now, this is a bit of a controversial type thing for the Medieval Maniacs because the second team features the Conn Smythe winner, Jonathan Marchessault, an original misfit, and Riley Smith. There's Chandler Stevenson. You see Alec Martinez, Braden McNabb, and there on the second team, Marc-Andre Fleury. I wonder how people feel about that. Now, just so you know, these teams were selected by broadcasters, national, local, and NHL.com writers. I was not one of them. Why? I don't know. Now, they were also selected by additional select former players. All right, enough of that. Despite all the ice, we're just getting warmed up here on Hockey in the Desert Weekly. When we return, a trio of Tahoe Night Monsters have earned the right to play in the ECHL All-Star Classic. We'll hear from them after the break.
You're watching Hockey in the Desert Weekly.
Welcome back inside Hockey in the Desert Weekly. I'm Vince Sapienza. Don't look now, but the Silver Knights' struggles seem to be in the rear-view mirror. Henderson had, without question, their best week of the season and have now started to climb out of the AHL basement, picking up wins in 5 straight outings.
When he takes it away from Tynan, shovels it out to center and just out of the reach of Lavoie, but he'll chase it down into the zone. Lavoie drives in, scores!
Brian McCormick on the call. Raphael Lavoie scoring his 9th of the season in overtime Saturday night at Lee's Family Forum, delivering a 2-1 victory over the Colorado Eagles. Vegas' own Gage Quinney with the helper on that one, helping Henderson earn their 2nd straight series sweep.
You know, we really come together as a team. You know, we were feel like we were right there a lot of times, but we weren't getting bounces our way. But now we're getting them, and you know, we're heating up.
Well, it's lots of fun. You can hear the dressing room and the bench is engaged. A lot of good things going on with our team. Proud of our effort. It's 6 games in 10 days here with travel. The guys came in ready to play tonight. We were able to stick with it, and it's nice to see it get across the finish line.
And with wins comes some recognition. Kalen Addison named Howie's Hockey AHL Player of the Week. The Silver Knights defenseman scored a goal and 8 points in just 4 games played, posting a +4 rating. The 24-year-old has 3 goals, 22 points after signing a 1-year deal with HSK back in late October. And this past week, the Night Monsters played host to the Fort Wayne Comets in a 3-game series, which you saw on the Silver State Sports and Entertainment Network. But Tahoe lost the series 2-1, just their 4th series loss of the season and 1st in more than a month. Now, despite that, this past week, the ECHL announced its mid-season All-Star team, and Night Monsters saw 3 players earn that honor for the first time, which was the most in the Western Conference and tied for the most across the league. Now, there's no All-Star game like the NHL or American League, but that didn't mute the excitement for the Tahoe trio.
Now reaches the doorstep, low slot, score! It's a natural hat trick for Simone Bernard.
Simone Bernard wasted little time making history at the start of the Night Monsters' inaugural season, scoring the first hat trick in franchise history and the first 4-goal game. At the midpoint, Bernard leads the team with 20 goals, good for 3rd in the ECHL, and the 2nd time he hit that mark in his career.
I'm just trying to do my best out there, having fun, and trying to help the team win.
Bernard skates on a line with fellow All-Star Sloan Stanek. He says they both got the call while at Costco doing some grocery shopping.
I feel like both of us got surprised. We didn't really expect it, and we didn't really think about that. But yeah, no, it was nice to be together. Like we can live that moment together. Yeah, no, it's pretty nice.
A shot from the slot there, one-timer Stanek from a sharp angle. He scores!
Stanek is the youngest player on the Night Monsters roster and leads the team with 40 points. That's tops for all rookies and 6th overall in the league. The 21-year-old was named ECHL Rookie of the Month in December after netting his first pro hat trick.
Stanek finds Bernard right back to Stanek in the slot. Shot taken, saved, rebound in front. They score!
It's just exciting to win so many hockey games. the most enjoyable part, and we're all having success as a team, and that's what gives individual success. So it's probably one of the cooler moments is when Bernard scored 4 goals in one game. I mean, nothing really tops that. It's pretty special to share with him, and pretty cool car ride home to talk about it as well.
Rounding out the All-Star selections for Tahoe, defenseman Brennan Kapchek, who leads all Night Monster Blue Liners with 21 assists, and 2 of his 3 goals this season have been overtime winners.
Kapchek 1-0 with the game on his stick. He scores!
It's just something cool, you know, that comes along with the team going down the right process, and you know, we all benefit from it. But you know, in this case, I get to be one of the All-Stars, and it's just a cool thing, you know, first time for the team, and you know, I couldn't be happier and more proud of the guys that helped me. Shout out Arthur Cholak, the partners.
Now, while the individual success is a bonus, all 3 agree the bigger prize is getting to the postseason.
I think a lot of people saw us at the top of the standing at the beginning of the year, so it's pretty nice to kind of like give a little surprise to them and show them that we can do really good out there.
It's building for the playoffs now, and just getting better each and every day. We're obviously very excited for the next few matchups here, and we know that teams are chasing us now when we're at the top, and that's exciting for us to try to keep gaining ground and keep kind of separating ourselves from the rest of the pack, and we're all really looking forward to the second half.
At the end of the day, we're looking at playoffs, so it's a little bit of way out, but you know, that's still what's going on in our head is we're trying to win this thing.
Now, don't forget, if you can't get up to Tahoe, you can watch the Night Monsters on the Silver State Sports and Entertainment Network. Your next chance will be February 6th through the 8th when they take on Adirondack. Still ahead here on Hockey in the Desert Weekly, it is time to turn our attention to the Scarlet and Gray. Joining us in studio, Cole Wyatt. He joins us to talk about the weekend sweep and what is ahead for UNLV. Welcome back inside Hockey in the Desert. We've talked gold, silver, and that Tahoe teal. Time for a little Scarlet and Gray, and to do that, we had to bring in senior Cole Wyatt of the Skating Rebels. How are you, good sir?
Good. Thanks for having me back.
Welcome back. All right, let's just get right into it. Let's talk about the weekend that was. You had the Midnight Madness game.
Yeah.
So Thursday into Friday, which
Yeah.
throws a lot of people off against San Diego State. You crushed them 16-2. I mean, there's got to be some kind of mercy rule, no?
Yeah, you'd think, but no. It was our second midnight game this season. Normally I have one, so it was fun to have another one scheduled this calendar year. But yeah, we came out hot the first night, ended up scoring 16 goals, and then, you know, took care of them the next night, but a little fatigue for sure. But we still got the big 4 points. So.
What is the mood on the bench when you're putting up 16 goals on a team like that?
Yeah, you know, that's a great question. You know, sometimes it's hard to stay into the game.
Yeah.
You know, you're just kind of waiting for the clock to count down, but it's hard when you're scoring lots and then the whistle's going. But, you know, it's you know, hard to stay up in those games, but, you know.
I mean, it's one of those things you're not trying to embarrass them, but you're also trying to stay true to who you guys are and show your skill and play the right way, and that's what it looks like.
Yeah, exactly. You know, playing teams like Denver and Colorado, same thing for them. You know, they want to play to their identity. We want to play to our identity. So, yeah.
And you follow up a 16-2 victory with 6-0 shutout on Friday night. Again, you called it fatigue just from the next night, but a 6-0 result is still, I would call, a nice win for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, coming into this upcoming weekend, we have a huge weekend coming up against Utah, so we just look to continue that going forward here.
All right, so let's talk about that. So Skating Rebels 21-1-1 on the regular season right now. Obviously, have that big win against Denver University, but 21-1-1, and you were telling me that your attention is really focused on this weekend in Utah. Why?
Yeah, well, we came into the season with really 3 goals. It was to win, you know, our first NCAA Division I game, win our conference, and then obviously win a national championship. We beat Denver, and now short term we're looking to win our conference. We've never done it. It'd be a huge, you know, another step for our program, and that starts this weekend with huge games against Utah. They're right behind us in the standings, and these are pivotal games for really what could determine the conference for us.
What's the messaging this week? How does it change? I know you guys want to keep that same messaging, you know, week in and week out, but does it change a little bit? Does it get altered a little bit heading into this weekend?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. You know, going into practice this week, we want to, you know, get our compete level up and get ready for a much, you know, faster, more up to speed competition coming up this weekend. So we're going to start, this week, today, getting ready for those games.
And obviously not to look too far ahead, but obviously you mentioned it, the big goal is getting back to that national championship game and then winning it.
Yeah.
How do you feel as a man who's been around this program and seen all different things? Do you feel like you're on the trajectory where you need to be in terms of getting to that tournament?
Yeah, I really do believe so. The last 3-4 years I've been here, it's just, I can't even believe where we started to where we are now. And we've brought in pieces, we've brought in new guys who have tremendous character, and we're just looking to, stick with our short-term goal of winning the conference and then, playing our best hockey in nationals.
Cole Wyatt, senior forward for the Skating Rebels. Cole, appreciate you. Thanks for coming in again. We will chat again down the line.
Thanks for having me again.
All right.
Appreciate it.
We are taking one more break here on Hockey in the Desert Weekly. When we return, it is time to clear the ice. It's time to check in with the continuing quest of the Golden Knights from yesteryear. And we start with a guy who never even put on the VGK sweater, but was the second ever draft pick in franchise history. The Canadiens captain Nick Suzuki had a 3-point outing, including this goal, his 15th of the season. Suzuki now 10th among all NHL centers in points with 50 in 49 games. Now, stay in the same game. Just fast forward 9 minutes later, time to put your order in for some tuna. Thomas Tatar lighting the lamp, his 5th of the year and second tally in the last 3 games. He has 12 points this season in his second stint with the Devils. Now, as we wrap up Hockey in the Desert, it is that time once again to clear the ice. And to do it this week is a kid you've all seen before on this program, Jackson Sapienza. A fresh twig in his hand, and he just lifts it up and over for an absolutely beauty of a goal. Look at it, slow-mo and everything. Oh, look at that. Now, the one operating the camera was the boss, not me. So we didn't get the celly, but that's okay. It was a heck of a celly. There'll be plenty more to come. This has been Hockey in the Desert Weekly. We'll see you next week.